Hi.
Wow.
Well, it's not very exciting until you sit down.
I'm exciting? I'm excited.
Of course.
So, hello everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Boss Ravioli Queens with your two favorite caregivers, Nicole Ravioli.
Boss Lady Amy.
Shameless plug.
Dink. So, hi, hello. If you're new here, welcome. So, we're the Boss Ravioli Queens. We are two people who've been in caregiving and healthcare a really long time. We have the combined experience of like 20-ish years.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we make videos on what it's like to be in healthcare, caregiving, trending topics, how they relate to us, and all of the good things.
And also our new mini-series, The Trauma Trials, which we release a new episode on the last week of every month.
Mm-hmm. That. So we're currently not releasing any audio-only versions of our podcast. However, you can go back and listen to all of our old audio versions of our podcast. I don't even remember when we stopped doing that, to be honest with you. And then, of course, you could go back and watch all of our old videos. Plus, you could stay tuned for all of our new videos that release every week. I'm going to stop saying they release on Wednesdays because it's sometime. It's sometime. But guaranteed it's once a week.
Once a week.
So, yeah, if you want to follow us along on this journey through healthcare, come follow.
The water's fine.
Okay, shameless plug over.
So good at that. So good at that.
And I like that we even both use the same hand, too.
Okay, so I'm gonna let you announce the episode because I mean, this is all about Boss Lady Amy today.
Okay, well, I'm pregnant, so yeah, baby fever.
I'm gonna be an auntie again. Yay!
Okay, so a couple things we're gonna talk about. How being pregnant has affected my fibromyalgia. And,
I'm just doing figures, keep going.
Oh, okay. I thought you had a question.
Nope.
And then obviously, since it's in the title, baby fever, we're going to talk about the issues and things that we had, trying for this baby and whatnot. And, yeah, just all things baby. So...
I'm ridiculous. It's fine.
Okay. So yeah. I'm pregnant. I am almost 7 months. Next week will be 7 months, which also means I'll be in the 3rd trimester. So it's a girl, and my husband and I are very excited. It's going to be very weird because my other child is, he's almost 6. He'll be 6 next month. And yeah, I don't think I ever imagined having children with a 6-year age gap. Which I guess kind of brings me into my next point. So my husband and I have always wanted 3 kids. We've talked about it forever. We've had our kids' names picked out for like literally years. And yeah, we struggled with infertility a lot. They couldn't really like pin down any reason as to why we were struggling with it. I had been in and out of doctors and they couldn't find anything wrong other than like my labs being like off a little bit, but nothing for them to really say like this is why. I've had imaging done. Everything always came back normal. One thing to note though is that I have been told multiple times, well, since you had a healthy pregnancy the first time around, it's probably not your husband. So he's never been tested for anything. And yeah, so then we had kind of given up. We had kind of, just accepted that we were going to have the one kid and that was going to be that. And then one day, I don't know, I just felt like weird. And so my period was late for exactly 1 week. And so I was like, okay, if I don't get it by tomorrow, which is day 8, I'm going to take tests. And it was positive. And the first line was a little bit faint. So I had to go out to the store and buy a second test. And then that one was, like, very clearly, like, positive. And now I was like, okay, we're doing this baby thing.
This baby thing. So, this is probably the only thing I'm going to say all episode, most likely, other than adding to what you have to say. Obviously I've known since, like, the start, because we're besties.
Literally the day I found out.
But it's so nice because Boss Lady Amy and husband have been wanting a baby for a long time. Mm-hmm. And, like, she expressed that to me. So I was, like, super thrilled and overjoyed when you told me. I was like, oh my God. I was freaking out. I was freaking out the whole time. And I think I had to go to work that day, too. Mm-hmm. So I was just happy all day long. I was happy that she was happy.
Yeah, it was, like, I don't know, like, I was really sad about it for a long time because, like I said, I had been in and out of the doctors, and nobody could, like, find anything that was wrong or any reason as to why, like, we couldn't have more children. And, like, my one child came out perfectly healthy. Like, we had no problems there. So...
And at one point, didn't he even, like, ask you when he was going to get, like, a new baby brother or sister?
Yeah. My son had been asking me and my husband for years, like, when he was going to get a new sibling. And we just kept telling him all the time, like, we don't know, honey. Like, maybe soon, maybe in a couple of years, you might never get one. Like, we don't know. And, yeah, it really was one of those things where, like, I had to accept that things weren't going to change in order for them to change. Because, like, we had talked about that so many times where you would tell me, like, it'll happen once you stop, like, trying.
Yep, and once you stop worrying about it.
Yeah, and so, like, that was just it. It's like, it wasn't even that I stopped worrying about it. It was more so, like, I just gave up. Like, I just gave up on the idea entirely. I just didn't think it was meant to happen. Like, I thought we were meant to be a one-kid family. And then...
Now this.
Yeah, and then literally, like, right after I, like, got to that point, I was like, oh, okay. Like, all right, then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's been a journey. And also, so it's been, so a couple things. This is a girl. My last child was a boy. So obviously the pregnancies have been very different there. And also, too, when I had my son, I had not been diagnosed with fibromyalgia yet. And also, I was also not as far along into, like, the illness yet, obviously, that I am now. And I think it's a mix of, like, it being two different pregnancies, obviously, like, one being a boy and one being a girl. And then also, too, like, the fibromyalgia has gotten a lot worse since I had my first child. So it's been interesting. I've been really sick, like, pretty much, if it wasn't in one way, it's been another the entire time.
Can confirm.
Like, the first trimester was all nausea all day long. And so far the second trimester has just been, like, there's been a lot of, like, cramping going on, mostly stomach cramps.
Taco Bell.
Yeah. So she got to see firsthand how, like, literally within, like,
minutes.
I don't even think I had fully finished my food yet, and I was already like, It was, yeah.
Also the thirst.
Mm-hmm. pregnancy thirst is so real.
What did you get? Like the purple brisk or whatever?
Yeah, I had gotten a purple brisk and I ordered a large and it was gone like that. Like, we live probably 5 minutes from Taco Bell.
She had it like half gone by the time we got back to the house.
Yeah. By the time I pulled up to my house, it was mainly just ice. So yeah, and then I got this really fun thing that I got the first time around, pregnancy congestion. It doesn't happen to all women. But basically you just get really congested like the whole time you're pregnant. And I have pretty much had a cold since November when I found out, and it's
And also, can we
driving me
talk
crazy.
about like how you had your surgery and now you have to deal with it again?
Yeah. So
Like, that's wild to me, because aren't we about a year out from your surgery now? Like,
I had it in
over?
May of last year.
Oh, so we're real
not
close
even
to
a
the year mark. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't think we really talked about it that much, but I've had like nasal and sinus problems my whole life. And so last year I had a surgery basically to like correct that, because my like nasal cavities or whatever you want to call it were basically like crooked. So I just needed everything like straightened out.
She had plastic surgery, y'all.
I did. It actually is a form of rhinoplasty.
Mm-hmm.
So I did. I had like medically necessary nose job. Hey.
I'm gonna start calling you a Kardashian.
Well, it was getting really bad. So we can go back to the pregnancy stuff in a second, but so God, this would be like a year and a half ago now, because last year was this, we're getting to a year ago for the surgery, and so like 6 or so months before that, it was getting really bad, and I was like sick all the time, and I dealt with this my whole life, but it was getting to the point now where like my
Her eyes were leaking.
Yeah, my sinuses were like they were like functioning so incorrectly that basically what was happening is anytime, like literally anytime I had a cold or like some sort of like a stuffy nose or anything, it would back all the way up behind my eyes. And it would get to the point where like my vision got super blurry and I couldn't see, and my eyes would get super pink. And everybody thought I had pink eye, and it happened so many times.
Remember that?
And yeah, and it was ridiculous. And so I'd gone to the walk-in like multiple times, and every time they were like, your sinuses are just backing up into your eyes. and they were like, so you're having no other symptoms other than your eyes? And I was like, no. Like, I wasn't having, like, I didn't have an ear infection. My throat didn't really hurt. Like, I really wasn't sick or anything. It was just, like, I had this really intense pressure, like, right here where your sinuses are, and then behind my eyes. And so I had gotten a referral to ear, nose, and throat. And then, so I went for my first appointment, and then right away, they were like, yeah, you need surgery. So then I had imaging and stuff done, and then, like, right away, they told me, like, one look at my imaging, and they were like, oh, yeah, you need surgery. So then I, like, did all the things, and then finally I had the surgery, and then, yeah, and then I was, like, better. Like, it got way, way, way easier to manage, and then now I've just been sick for, like, 6 straight months.
I remember, like, so, okay, first off, it's really crazy that I was there for, like, the really bad progression of everything, because I remember when we were still, like, meeting up in hotel rooms, and you were like, I have to do my rinse, and it's really gross, and I was like, dude, I don't care. It is really gross, but, like, I still didn't care. So she would be like, you know, nose, bottle to nose, and then all of a sudden we would hear the and I was like, oh, that doesn't sound fun. But then, like, the rinses basically like stopped working, didn't they? Because it was like
Yeah.
it was a way shorter amount of time between your nose getting backed up again, or like your sinuses.
Yeah. So like usually, when I would do like a nasal like saline rinse, it would like I really only had to do them like once a day, and then my nose would be like clear for the rest of the day. But then it was getting to the point where I had to start doing them like 2 to 3 times a day just to have like relief.
Yeah.
And it was really bad. And then also too, like I knew it was starting to get really bad because it was getting to the point where like sometimes when I would do them, I would literally feel the stuff like go like into my ear from the inside. That is one of the weirdest, most uncomfortable things I think you can experience as a person.
I remember that one night, I think we were sitting in Jasmine's car and I showed you the like massage technique. And you were like, oh my God, I can hear it popping.
Yeah.
And she was like, I can hear it popping in my ears.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that. Because, yeah, I was so uncomfortable. My face hurt so bad. And it was just so sore and stiff. And I remember just, like, doing the thing. And I had only been doing it for, like, a minute or so. And I could just feel, like, the popping. And sometimes that happens to me now. Like, I'll go like this. And then all of a sudden, I just hear the popping.
Can we also talk about the goose honk after your surgery?
Oh my God. Okay, so basically, when you get a medically necessary nose job, so the muscles are weak for about a year, and so actually they're finally, like, I finally don't have the goose honk anymore. But basically, the thing that divides your nostrils, these muscles right here, get really weak from the surgery, and so while they're, like, regaining their strength, sometimes if you, like, breathe too hard, you basically get like a goose honk. Like it'll just happen out of nowhere. And the first time it ever happened to me, I was literally driving home from my post-op appointment, and like I had just gone, everything was all good, like I just had my surgery like 2 weeks prior or something like that. And I'm like driving home from my post-op appointment, and I like breathed too hard and my nose like rattled, and I had like this like it was like a like honk noise, and I couldn't even replicate it if I tried, and I literally made myself jump. I was like, what was that? I was like, what was that? And I asked my surgeon about it, and he's like, it's perfectly normal, that happens sometimes. And I was like, well, it didn't feel normal. And he was like, yeah, for about a year or so after surgery that can happen. And I was like, cool.
Yeah, and it like you were telling me how your muscles in your nose were super weak and you felt them like when the honk happened.
Yeah, I literally would feel like it was like, I don't know, it was like something was shifting in the wind. Like, that's the only way I can describe it.
That actually makes a lot of sense, because then all I see is like a sheet.
Yeah, that was the muscle right here. It's just like.
Okay, back to baby things.
Yeah, so basically, now that I've had that surgery, I'm grateful because I'm sure my congestion would be a lot worse had I not had that.
Hands down, like 20 times worse probably.
Yeah. So I'm grateful that I had the surgery. And not to say that, you know, the surgery was like the effectiveness of it was like reversed or anything. But yeah, being pregnant and having this crazy congestion has not helped. So yeah, that's pregnancy congestion.
Fun.
Yeah. So fibromyalgia. So if this is your first time listening, I have fibromyalgia. I was diagnosed in 2022, February 2022. after many, many, many years of suffering from a mystery illness that turned out to be the fibro queen. And yeah, it affects like every aspect of my life. And so it's really funny because I have, ADHD, I have fibromyalgia, and then of course I'm pregnant right now. So I will like often like tell my husband, I'm like, well, it's one of the three.
The trifecta. It's one of the trifecta.
I mean, I also do have anxiety, but I feel like she's not as much of a player in this race.
Nah.
But yeah, so, pregnancy comes with weird stuff already. Comes with weird body aches and all kinds of different things that you're just like, is that normal? Hope so.
I feel like your hand does the thing a lot more now.
What?
The dropsies.
Oh. Yeah, could be.
Because, like, for the first time ever, I saw it at Walmart. You were trying to put, like, I think supplements in the cart. And all of a sudden, I just saw her hand go.
No. She said no.
At least it was over the cart.
Yeah. Yeah, so fibromyalgia, I have... It drives me crazy. So, like, specifically my left hand, I get the dropsies. I don't know. It's a nerve thing. As time goes on, your nerve endings just don't want to work as much, especially, like, in your fingertips. And so sometimes that will lead you to, over time, have, like, less mobility in certain areas of your body. And I drop stuff.
Okay, now I require merch that says, my nerves, they just don't.
Yeah, literally. And so, like, I've tried to explain it before, how, like, it's not like a... How do I say this? It's not like you're actually dropping something. It's not like I'm physically, like, doing a dropping motion. It's more like my hand
just gives up.
Yeah, my hand literally just, like, gives up. It's just like, nope, we're done. And, like, sometimes it looks like I'm throwing stuff. And, like, I've explained this to her many times, but she was finally witness to it. Like, she actually really caught it and, like, looked at it when I was, like, putting something in the cart, and my hand was like, eh. And she was like, I finally saw it do the thing. And I was like, oh, yeah.
She's like, oh, yeah, that happens all the time.
I'm like, yeah, I do the thing a lot. So, I mean, it could be worse from the pregnancy. It could be worse because my fibromyalgia just gets worse. I don't really know. It's one of those mysteries that I'm like, couldn't tell you. And, like, I've had a lot of IBS struggles throughout this pregnancy. Honestly, don't know if it's fibromyalgia related, like if my GI problems are just getting worse, or if it's the pregnancy. It's probably a little bit of both, honestly. So yeah, having a chronic illness while being pregnant is really weird because you really just don't know. Like, is it this? Is it this? Don't know.
Could be anything.
Yeah, and then, the thing that I keep asking myself is, like, with all these symptoms that I'm having right now, is it the fibromyalgia just getting worse? Or, is it something that I'm going to see after the baby? Don't know.
I knew it was coming. I saw him, like, perch over there, and I was like, okay.
Oh, there must be more dogs outside.
I think he heard the dogs downstairs, actually, because that's what I heard. It's okay, little one. It's okay.
So yeah, I guess it's one of those things that we'll have to wait and see. Like, oh, if the symptom goes away after I have the baby.
Yeah.
Guess it was just the pregnancy. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, baby shower soon.
Yeah.
Really soon, actually.
couple of months. I'm excited. Oh, this dog's crazy.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Baby shower.
Baby shower. Tell everybody your colors.
So my colors are pastel pink, pastel yellow, and cream white. This dog. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm very excited. I've always wanted a little girl.
I'm excited that one of our other friends said that she would do the diaper cake.
Yeah.
Because I just have a feeling that she's going to be really good at it and it's going to look really good.
I'm sure it will. I know she had asked me, she sent me 2 options for Wednesdays. And she was like, okay, one of these is the topper for the diaper cake, so pick it out. And I picked out the one that I wanted, and she was like, yes, I was hoping you'd go with that one.
Oh, good. So she really, has a plan for this.
Yes.
Good.
Very much so.
Good.
Very much so. Yeah, she's very excited. I mean, I am too, but I think she's more excited than me. Which
I mean,
honestly,
it's not her being pregnant this time, so.
Well, that's true. And honestly, y'all can take it because, I just planned a bachelorette weekend, and that was a lot. So, I'm excited.
That was a lot.
I'm excited to not have to take the lead on this one.
I was actually really excited to kind of sort of take the lead on this one. So basically, it's me, our other friend, and Boss Lady Amy's sister, one of them.
Yep.
Because the other one is getting married, so, she's got a lot on her plate right now. I added her to the group, but, I wasn't really expecting anything because wedding.
Because wedding. And that would be the same one that I just planned a bachelorette weekend for, so. Mm-hmm. It was a lot of fun, though. It was tons of fun. I didn't get enough sleep. Felt like I was hungover even though I didn't drink a drop. And yeah, I just got home yesterday and then I spent 12 hours sleeping, recovering from it.
She needed it.
I did. But that's another one of those things that's you could say it's the pregnancy, but it's the fibro.
Honestly, I think that one's a combo.
Oh, yeah.
Because, your body is supporting 2 humans.
Yeah. I don't think we've ever really gone into it that much, but I'm sure at some point I'll be talking about a fatigue flare. So fatigue flares, if you didn't know, with fibromyalgia, you get these periods of highs and lows where you need tons of sleep, and then you get these periods where you don't can't sleep at all, and you get this crazy insomnia. And fatigue flare, they're both complete opposite ends of the spectrum, and it's the worst because you are tired all the time. Nothing can fix it. No amount of sleep makes you feel like you've got enough energy. You spend all of your free time sleeping. I missed out on quality time with my family, and I will literally go to work and then come home and sleep from 6 p.m. all the way until I have to get up the next day. And luckily I haven't been in a fatigue flare in a really long time.
No, you jinxed yourself. Tomorrow.
And they can last anywhere from a week to 3 months. The last time I was in a fatigue flare, it was 3 months. And it was horrible. The whole time that I had any sort of free time, I spent it being exhausted. And yeah. Vitamins and supplements and things can help, but they don't fix it. The only thing that fixes it is when your body decides it's time to get out of it. And honestly, I don't really know where it comes from. I don't know if it's just your body just really needs that much rest or what. I don't really know. But yeah, so I'm very lucky that I haven't had one in a long time. And I'm manifesting the fact that I did not jinx it. Or manifesting.
Manifesting.
So, yeah. I don't know. Pregnant, fibromyalgia, I mean, either one, you need a lot of sleep. I'm a person that, like, because of the fibromyalgia, for me, when I get, like, 8 hours of sleep, that feels like, to somebody who's, like, a regular person who doesn't have a chronic illness, that, for them, is, like, 4 to 6. Like, I need a lot of sleep. I need, like, a minimum 10. Like, a minimum 10 is, like, an 8-hour night for me. If I get 12, like, that's even better. But then, if I go past 12, then it's too much sleep, and then I also start having problems.
I just wish I could still sleep for 10 hours at a time. My body doesn't do that. Hasn't for a really long time. Unless I participate in extracurriculars such as alcohol. Then sometimes I get lucky, and like if I'm inebriated enough when I go to bed, then I sleep for a long time.
Yeah, see, I get to the point where, like, I get so tired, I literally, like, I just shut down. It's like, goodbye. Like, 1 minute we can be talking, and then the next, I'm, like, falling asleep. And she's like, okay.
I'm gonna let you go
Good
now.
night.
Good night. You get some sleep, friend.
And, you know, not to take away from the pregnancy or anything, but it is hard, though. Like, when you have a chronic illness, you spend so much of your time just sleeping and resting and, like, preparing for the next day and recovering from the previous day that I really do feel like I've lost a lot of, like, quality time with my family and friends because I just needed to rest. And my husband, who's wonderful, tells me all the time, like, it's just rest, it's just what you need. You know, don't feel bad about it. But I don't say I feel bad about it anymore, but I do feel like it's one of those things that it's just time I'm never going to get back. Because as a human, like a normal human, you would think that a person doesn't need that much sleep in order to function. But I do.
I was going to say, but you're not a normal human.
Mm-hmm. Nothing about me is normal. My brain, my body, none of it.
Well, like, even I remember when you would, like, gaslight yourself about needing more sleep or whatever. Because you'd be like, oh, child has this today, and I just, like, didn't feel like I was all there because I was so tired, and, like...
You know, it took me, like, a long time to get to that place of, like, not feeling bad about it. Because it does feel weird when, like, you know, for you, for example, I know, like, you struggle with getting so much sleep, and then I got, 8 hours, and I'm like, I'm so tired, like, I didn't get enough sleep, I got 8 hours, and, like, I know that, like, coming off how it sounds, but, like, also knowing myself and knowing what I need, like, I understand that for me, it's reasonable.
Right. I know, because I didn't think about it until right now, actually, and now I feel kind of bad because I'd be like, oh, I wish I could get 8 hours of sleep when you would say that to me or whatever, and you were like, I'm just so tired, and I was like, but you got 8 hours.
Yeah, but I mean, for me, like I said, 8 hours is like 4 to 6 for you.
This is true. Also, this is hitting today. Straw Nana. Sorry. Continue.
I mean, honestly, I really don't have much else to say. I mean, as far as, like, in terms of pregnancy, everything's been great. You know, baby's really healthy. There's so many outside factors that it's hard to know. Like, it's hard to know if this pregnancy has, like, actually been a struggle because of the pregnancy itself, or if it's just because I'm a person who has a chronic illness.
A little bit of both.
Yeah, I mean, the pregnancy has been a struggle, but again, I'm never going to know if it's, one thing caused another.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I feel good. Everything is going well. We're excited.
So excited.
We're sitting in her future bedroom, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, I don't have anything else to say. Do you?
I'm just really excited. That's all I have to say. I can't wait to meet the little bean.
I know. Me too.
So I guess I'm going to do the other thing that we do. You can find us on TikTok and Facebook by searching @Boss Ravioli Queens. You can also email us, bossravioliqueens@gmail.com. And, if you just so happen to like us after seeing, an episode or two, you can also hit the like button, you can follow, and you can share, and you can hit the notification bell so you get notified every time we post a new episode. And? All right. Well, you guys have a good week. I don't know when this episode's going to get posted, but whenever it is, have a good week.
It'll be this week.
It will be.
You know that. Okay, bye everybody.
Bye.
Bye.